Wednesday. It's always
It's always Wednesday. It's focused in hardcore on Dan. Don't know why. It's lunch. We're actually having lunch for the first time at Panera because we changed up how we selected the restaurants for the polls, and now it's by a random list. So we put all of the restaurants we would be willing to go to in the list, and then the computer picks the options, and we decided on Panera. So we've never actually been here, well, for lunch before, but we're here, and Dan and Mal and Roland and Nikki and Austin. Austin actually just arrived from the airport where he flew a plane and also complained about the cup holders on planes and that they're not terribly well designed.
in the cockpit.
And yeah,
in the cockpit.
There's no cup holder in like the back of the airplane.
Isn't first class possible? Some first classes have them.
that's fair.
But in the
cockpit of the plane,
they
should be
cup holders. They should be better designed.
They should be better designed.
Yes. Exactly.
I guess it's because it's really affecting the smallest amount of people on the plane, so they're just like they don't really care.
They don't.
There's 1 week remaining until there is a new member of Lunch Bunch. Nikki, you're doing. Oh, is it a week from today?
Well, yeah, I have a scheduled C-section.
Okay.
So I will.
And it is Wednesday then.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
but it is Wednesday.
It's exciting. As soon as the clock strikes.
I'll request that with the hospital.
As soon as we're biting into a burger. New life. Just right like
You guys can be right in the OR eating while it's all going
well. That. Mal, you never got to see the really cool thing that Chaz made.
No, I didn't.
Did I tell you about it?
I don't think so.
So Chaz made a thing. You know how sometimes when we're doing a stream, there will be a picture that we want to show, either because we're talking about something and we want to like show what we're referencing, or someone does fan art and we want to show it to everyone?
Yeah.
Chaz made a thing to do that.
Wow.
And it's actually really crazy. Like you just have to, it's a chat command.
That's cool.
You just type in the command and the link to the image, and it just shows up on screen like magic.
Chaz is magic.
Chaz is magic. I've that's not something I've thought. That's just like an objective fact. I've seen this like for years because I'll be like, Chaz, is it possible to do like this thing? And Chaz will be like, yes. And I'll be like, is it hard? He'll be like, I have it done. I'll be like, what? What is that? This is just something that I've come to accept, is that, magic and wizardry is real, and Chaz is a wizard. And I'm not really sure where he got his wizard powers, but I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to appreciate and accept the incredible things that he creates. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to, being able to utilize that. Obviously, that's going to be strictly limited to mods on Twitch, because opening that up to the public seems dangerous. But it's still really cool to the concept of being able to say, oh man, this person did really cool fan art. Can a mod post that? And then a mod can be like, yeah. And then it's on the stream and everyone gets to appreciate it. And that's just really neat. So I'm looking forward to that. And I really appreciate Chaz taking the time to do that. That was something he did of his own free will too. Like sometimes there's specific projects I have in mind where I'm like, I think this would be really cool. And then Chaz would be like, yes, it would be. And I already did it. But this was one where like Chaz just came up with it himself.
And was like, hey, I did this.
Yeah. And like, I know why he did it, because we've like
Mentioned it.
we've struggled with it before, like live on stream. Like, oh, I wish there was a way we could show you guys, but it's impossible. And it's not. It's not impossible. So I don't actually know how it's set up, but it's it's magic, I guess. That's the only thing I can explain. Today went pretty well. We had a pretty long lunch. We normally have a pretty long lunch, but today specifically was pretty long. I also really overdid it on the beverages. We sat there, and I've been drinking unsweet tea, and I drank unsweet tea, and then I had finished the glass, so I had another one, and then I had another one, and then I had another one, and then I filled it up with iced coffee. And the problem with that is that there's no sugar, but it's caffeine, and I'm not someone that really gets bothered by caffeine. But today was the first time in recent memory that I was bothered by caffeine. And it was just because I had consumed so much. I don't know how big those cups were. Like what, 16 ounces?
Yeah.
So 16 times 4 is 24 and 4, 64? 64 ounces? Is that a gallon? I don't know. I consumed a lot of caffeine. And by the time we left the restaurant, I was actually feeling just ever so slightly jittery. It was 16 ounces of tea, but then also a 16 ounce of iced coffee, because I drank that and then I filled it up again before I left. It's in the fridge now. So yeah, that was a lot. And obviously I was peeing like crazy because I had to go to the bathroom so bad. But then also I actually felt jittery, and I never get jittery. So I definitely overdid it. It wasn't even like a conscious effort. It was just very mindless. I was having fun talking with everyone, and I just kept drinking, and then all of a sudden I was like, whoops, I've drank a lot and I'm shaky. But it's fine. As far as my health, like the cough and everything is concerned, I've coughed a lot less today, but my cough does feel deeper, if that makes any sense. I'm not really getting much mucus out. It's just my cough feels really, really down in there, but I'm coughing less, which made it easier to try and do recording. And like that's kind of the most important thing, in my opinion. Hopefully I am on the road to recovery, though, and that's what this means. And everything will be all set before our special guest arrives on Sunday? Sunday. And I say special guest, but I'll tell you guys because the vlogs are behind, and you probably already know from Breakfast Stream by the time this vlog comes out. So it's Carly. Carly's going to be here Sunday, and we're looking forward to hanging out with her. Kyle was unable to join because of work, but Carly's going to be here, and I'm trying to make sure that we have stuff done so we can just hang out, and we don't have to worry too much about work while she's here. And we're working hard to be able to do that, and I think we're going to be able to. Hopefully. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?